Hello, dear Scorpio. Do you feel that soft chill in the air, as if a whisper full of mysteries slides delicately across your skin? It's almost as if the morning was born with an ancient secret, ready to be unveiled by your sensitive soul. Before we explore together the mysteries and opportunities that the universe has in store for you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel now. Turn on notifications, like and share this video with someone who also needs renewed inspiration. And to further activate the cosmic energy around you, write in the comments a word that reflects your state of mind at this moment, along with the name of the city where you are watching me from. This simple act creates a kind of thread that connects our intentions, facilitating the flow of messages that reach you. Perhaps, as you inhale deeply, you already notice a slight shiver on the back of your neck, almost as if the atmosphere is whispering secrets in your ear. There may be a soft scent wafting through the room, something reminiscent of wildflowers or a citrus nuance, and that awakens old memories or cherished dreams. Allow yourself to notice the subtler sounds as well, the insistent ticking of a clock, the rustling of a curtain in the breeze, or the rhythmic step of someone upstairs. These routine echoes, often ignored, can serve as reminders that the universe communicates with us in small signs. You, Scorpio, carry with you a deep sensitivity, capable of translating what is subtle into messages that touch the soul. Today, this skill becomes even more essential. There is an almost hypnotic vibration in the air, as if each speck of dust dances with a defined purpose, creating ephemeral patterns in the light that passes through cracks and windows. You may not notice these movements with the naked eye, but your heart captures them. It's as if the cosmos wants to remind you that nothing is random, everything is interconnected. This climate favors self-knowledge and the desire to delve deeper into issues that previously seemed to be on the surface. The motivational message for you today is clear. When you have the courage to face the shadows, you also discover the ability to shine even brighter. Understand that there is no obscurity that lasts forever before a resolute soul. This impulse to delve deep into oneself is especially useful when thinking about balance and strategy. Life, dear Scorpio, asks you to know how to weigh the pros and cons before taking an important step. At the same time, there's a need to listen to your own heartbeat, that intuition that you know so well. If the feeling arises that something is ready to bloom, but you're not sure what it is, take a few minutes to reflect. A simple method can be to close your eyes and notice the rhythm of your breathing, feeling the air coming in and out. In this moment of presence, you tune into inner wisdom, which often responds without words, but through a tightening of the chest or a sigh of relief. Meanwhile, love and relationships present themselves as fertile ground for discovery. If you're in a relationship, you may notice that the dynamic between you calls for a touch of renewal, perhaps a spontaneous gesture of affection, a deep conversation about dreams, or even a simple but meaningful walk. If, on the other hand, you are looking for connection, it may happen that you come across someone who awakens different sensations, a kind of sweet presentiment that settles in without ceremony. In these moments, Scorpio's sensitivity identifies signs that no one else sees: a special shine in the other's eyes, a sincere laugh that resonates in an almost magical way, or even the synchrony of thoughts that occurs without exchanging words. When this happens, listen to what your body says. It could be the soul pointing out an opportunity for valuable exchanges. While love can warm the heart, work and creativity require calm and method. The intensity that characterizes you can be used to immerse yourself in projects passionately. But it's worth moderating the impulse to want everything yesterday. If you notice discomfort in your stomach when you think about a certain task, it may be your body warning you that it's time to reevaluate deadlines and resources. On the other hand, if a shiver runs down your spine every time you think of a new idea, consider it a sign that it's worth investing time and energy into building that plan. The key is to balance boldness and caution, as it is from the meeting of these opposites that genius is often born. A practical tip is to write down, in a diary or in a notepad, every insight that arises during the day, no matter how crazy it may seem. Often, the difference between the unrealizable and the surprising lies in how you organize the steps to get there. The financial issue, in turn, requires an extra pinch of strategy. You, Scorpio, are not afraid of radical changes when you feel there is something to gain in terms of evolution. However, make sure you wait a little longer before taking a risky leap. It may be that a casual conversation brings crucial information, or a hunch makes you analyze documents more carefully. If an interesting business rumor emerges, notice whether your heart quickens with excitement or alert. By distinguishing these two bodily responses, you provide yourself with a reliable guide for decisions. After all, part of your strength lies in diving into the unknown, but with your internal headlights on so you don't get lost. Thinking about health and well-being also means understanding that body, mind, and spirit form a single whole. If, at any point during the day, you feel a twinge in your temples or a sudden tension in your neck, consider it a reminder that you may be taking on more emotional burdens than you should. Take a few minutes to stretch, drink water, or simply breathe deeply on the balcony, watching the sky. The repetition of constant noises, such as a dripping tap or the motor of an appliance, can act as a metronome that invites you to pause and reflect. It is often in this moment of stillness that accumulated stress is released, preventing it from turning into something bigger. Remember that Scorpio's intensity does not only need to be used for work or love challenges, but also to take care of one's own vital energy. Luck and intuition draw an interesting path today. You may see numbers repeating themselves on license plates, clocks, or even book pages. If this happens, pay attention at the time, as the universe may be sending precious signs for your journey. The same goes for personal and professional relationships. If someone you haven't seen in a long time suddenly appears, or if you receive unexpected news from an old contact, try to understand what this reunion means. In many cases, these events are like portals that open to future learning and achievements, activating connections that you thought had already fulfilled their role. Walking the path between independence and partnerships today requires an honest analysis of what you really want. You may be presented with the chance to join someone in a bold initiative, but find yourself torn between wanting to do everything your way and seeing the benefits of adding skills. At this point, intuition once again proves to be a reliable ally. If when thinking about this partnership, you feel a warming sensation in your chest and a slight tingling in your fingers, see it as a sign of affinity. On the other hand, if you feel silent anguish or a lump in your throat, it may be wise to take a closer look at what the other side is really offering. Seeking wisdom within yourself is what makes all the difference, as no external advice can replace the answer that shines within your own heart. In terms of planning and goals, you have the opportunity to realign some points that were confusing. Imagine that there is an internal compass pointing the right direction, but that, from time to time, it is interfered by passing desires or external pressures. Today is a good day to ask yourself, what really inspires me and makes me feel alive? Are there goals that you set out of pure enthusiasm, but they no longer make sense? Or even important goals that were put aside due to temporary insecurities? By writing down or visualizing your intentions, you give them shape, transforming nebulous sensations into concrete steps. This clarification process, Scorpio, can bring to light ideas that will revolutionize your path. When looking at spirituality and inner growth, feel how your sign carries a special magnetism, capable of uncovering hidden truths. If there's a moment when you feel called to meditate, pray, or just contemplate something beautiful, whether it's a sunset or a beloved object, heed that invitation. These moments of introspection can be the bridge to better understanding the internal dynamics that drive or hinder your progress. In general, it is precisely in silence that the deepest answers emerge clearly, and as a Scorpio, you know well how to value the discoveries that emerge from the shadows, illuminating them with the lamp of consciousness to bring to light everything that has the potential to transform. Still, no advancement comes without challenges. Situations may arise that test your patience or that require a quick response to avoid a bigger snowball. If you feel a sudden chill or discomfort in your solar plexus, it could be a sign that something is not in harmony. In these cases, try not to react on autopilot, but rather breathe and look for the root of the problem. Ask yourself, is it the scenario that is difficult, or is it my interpretation of it that magnifies the obstacle? Often, just by rephrasing the question, you unlock a solution that seemed far away. The reassessment of priorities also comes into this context, because when some paths prove to be unfeasible, it is necessary to have the courage to outline alternative routes. Also pay attention to an important mystical warning. Today, a common object will have a special meaning. It could be something you see often, but suddenly appears at an unusual time or stands out among other things. If you notice, for example, that a pen falls several times, or that a cutlery catches your attention because it seems slightly out of place, consider the possibility that this indicates the need to fix some aspect of your life that is out of alignment. Sometimes the universe nudges us in a very subtle way, and ignoring these simple messages can mean missing valuable lessons. So if something out of the ordinary happens repeatedly, ask yourself what parallel it might have with your routine, your emotions, or your goals. Here is the reflective question that I leave as your task for the day. Which aspect of your life most needs to be nurtured or reviewed right now? It could be healthcare, a relationship that deserves more dialogue, or a project that you've been putting off for a while. Try to identify, honestly, where the gap lies between what you dream and what you experience. And if, as you reflect on this, you notice that you need extra support, I suggest you share this video with someone who needs courage. After all, sometimes the right word can act as a spark that ignites the fire of transformation. In conclusion, dear Scorpio, remember that you carry a unique potential for rebirth, like the phoenix that rises from its own ashes. Your inner strength is not just to overcome external barriers, but also to delve deep within yourself and emerge with wisdom, ready to take a step forward on life's journey. When the winds seem contrary, it is Scorpio's boldness and determination that keep you going, transforming adversity into flame to light your own path. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel now and click the bell so that the stars never lose their way to you. Leave your like as proof that you recognize the value of these reflections and share with those who need a spark of hope. I thank you for being with me this far, and I hope that your day is marked by revealing discoveries and by an intensity that converts into growth. See you tomorrow.